Marley was dead, and so began A Christmas Carol, arguably the greatest story ever written about Christmas time, the redemption of humanity, and the human spirit. We're going to take a bit of a diversion from my typical subjects around the American Civil War and talk about A Christmas Carol, written and published by Charles Dickens in 1843. Now, 1843 is very important for a number of things, but for this particular video and one of my particular interests, it is a catalyst to talk about descent and distribution and the laws of wills and how they were changing at that time and how Dickens interwove that into his story. Now, we are here in historic Mount Zion Baptist Church Cemetery in New Canton, Virginia, where we start our discussion. The congregation began in 1838, a time in which Dickens talks about in A Christmas Carol. And the building behind me, where the church and congregation are now housed, was built in 1856, about the time that Dickens wrote this novel. So Dickens talks about a number of issues, but when he starts this story where Marley is dead, Marley being a very important figure to illuminate Scrooge, his partner, as well as what happened to Marley and what happened to the things he owned, which Dickens talks about in this story. So we're going to discuss this along with the history of the writing of this around the time that Dickens came to America and Richmond, Virginia, while he was writing this story. So I hope this is interesting to you as we move forward.